is the way it used to be here about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Thankfully there was no references to 80s music. And what are you going to be when you're grown up? Just in time for her having a shit. Look, I'm at my first Australian barbecue, which was quite a strange experience, really. I've never met a 12-year-old who likes maths before. What do you mean by that, Jill?
I'm not saying anything.
No. This is Shayla Park, which is around 30 minutes from Brisbane, going south, in between Brisbane and the Gold Coast. So I was staying in Fortitude Valley in Brisbane. And on my live stream, one of my subscribers contacted me, said he lived in Brisbane and we could meet up. So I met up with David, and after 3 nights staying in Fortitude Valley, he invited me here to stay in Shayla Park, which is lovely. So I've been staying for 5 days in Shayla Park at David's home, which has been wonderful. He wanted to show the Australian hospitality and I was keen to save cash, which I didn't have. So it's a win-win situation. So I've been taking trips from here. I've taken trips from Shayla Park and gone into Brisbane by the bus, and I've taken a trip on the train down to the Gold Coast. So it's been great staying in this area. This is Hyperdome, which is 5 minutes walk from David's house, which is great, having a supermarket on your doorstep. So this is the food court, not very inspiring. McDonald's, KFC, Subway, Red Rooster, that's about it. Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome to Big World Cinema. Without further ado, we'll continue with what you're here for. I don't know if you watched my last video where I was staying in Brisbane City in Fortitude Valley, which was quite a strange experience, really. I'd booked an Airbnb and I was staying with a guy who'd rented out his living room to me for 120 Australian dollars per night. The complex itself was brilliant. There was a couple of swimming pools and there was a gym, but staying in that condo with him was a little bit weird. It was not the sort of space where I felt comfortable. I could cook, of course. I had free range of the kitchen. I had a bathroom, which was shared. But it wasn't the sort of space where I felt comfortable cooking. You're living in someone else's space, and you don't want to start creating horrible smells in their kitchen, cooking eggs or whatever. It wasn't a very comfortable existence for 3 nights staying in that shared space. So this has been a lot nicer. It's been lovely here. I felt a lot more comfortable here staying at David's. Yeah, much better experience. It was great to be in the centre of Brisbane City where I could just walk everywhere, but this has been a lot nicer. So walk into the living room. Grand piano, which David plays. Kitchen area. Utility and dog bedroom. This is my room. Lovely. And guess what? We have hangers. Yay! No bum gone. I've reverted to my childhood. And bathroom. He's took the bath out apparently and put this lovely shower in. And the backyard. This is my office. And this is the garden. So all this David tends to, all the gardening he does. Pineapples, spices, and it's a beautiful blue sky today. This is my office space. Muesli and fruit. And a beautiful view. And Cadbury getting in the way of the camera. Come on, Cadbury! Wait! Cadbury!
There it is.
God, I hope he's got his health insurance. I'm in the ambulance van, so we're right there.
Oh, you wrestled that off me, didn't you?
Yeah, she's an only dog, she doesn't like to share. Yeah, he obviously hasn't been to the gym this week.
It's over there. It's over there. Tiring me out. Man's best friend. So David, what's the story with all these dolls? So this is Daisy Hill Koala Centre. We're going to see some koalas if possible.
Right, mine a good pull, eh?
Steady.
Eh?
Steady.
There you go. There's a good action.
He's very still. Looks like a stuffed toy. Having a good scratch. Just in time for her having a shit, look. I can't tell if these ones are real or not. What do you think? So you can learn all about the history of the koala bear.
쟤네가 먹는 유칼립스 잎인가? 쟤네 먹는 유칼립투스. 아, 유칼립투스. 맞아.
zebra up there. To your left. Places.
If you're new to this channel, my name's Philip, I'm from the UK, I've been travelling for almost 6 years now. If you want to stay connected with my travels across the globe, I think you need to subscribe and click the notification bell. Thank you! Don't know if you can hear me, I can't see myself on this screen. Pretty empty beach, very windy beach. I'm going to swing round. There's an imposter behind me.
One-way traffic, good way to keep coming up.
Thank you. the next set of lights, you should be able to turn right. They used to be able to turn right here.
Where are we?
Burleigh Head Surf Club.
We're at Burleigh Head Surf Club, and I'm with Jill and David. And we have fish and chips. The three of us have fish and chips. It's very British of me to have fish and chips, but I do love. I haven't had fish and chips for years. And look at this. It's wonderful. This is the view. Jill and David are going to talk to me about living in Australia.
I was just going to say, who's the better looking, me and Philip? Because I got hair.
Thank you. So, you were both born in. Were you both born in Sydney?
No, I was born in the far west of Sydney, New South Wales.
Okay. And how long have you been in this area? How long have you been living in
Since
Gold Coast?
1989.
And how is living in the Gold Coast?
Busy, but it's very nice place. Very, yeah.
So, as a tourist here, what are the attractions of living on the Gold Coast?
There's so many.
Yeah, go on then.
The lifestyle's completely different than the southern states. People up here tend to do a lot more stuff outside, like even having your dinner and that. They'll go out in the back porch.
Right, okay.
Because it's a lot warmer up here.
Yeah, so it's an outdoor lifestyle, basically.
Yeah.
Very much so.
But what happens in the winter? What happens when it gets colder?
Well, the last winter we had, it's probably the coldest winter I can remember. But
What do you mean by cold?
I'm talking probably 16 to 17
He's talking
degrees
16, 17 degrees.
during the day.
Like in the day, like that, in England, 16, 17 degrees is normal.
Yeah. And during the morning and the night, it can get down to 6 or something, maybe in the minuses sometimes.
But on the Gold Coast, normally, most of the winter,
Yeah.
by 9 o'clock, you go back, you take your cardigan off.
Yeah.
Because normally you put shoes and socks on and a cardigan.
Right.
But by night,
Okay.
9 o'clock,
Yeah.
you take the shoes and socks off and the cardigan because it's quite warm, maybe
Okay.
23, 24, 25, 26 sometimes.
So you've lived here the last 30 years,
Yeah.
but you've seen lots of changes in the Gold Coast over the last.
Very much so. Since COVID, there's thousands and thousands of people have moved up here.
And more people move up here than any other state.
Yeah,
They all move up to Queensland.
Yeah.
Because
The
all the
weather,
other states move. More people move to our state than what they do to the other
Yeah.
states.
Right.
it's the weather, the laid-back lifestyle.
Okay.
No one's in a hurry to do things.
I noticed. Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's more freedom. It's better. Yeah.
But you were talking earlier about you would rather live a rural life rather than a beach life. You would prefer the outback to living in somewhere like
Yeah,
the
well,
coast.
I've surfed most of my life, lived on the beaches,
Yeah.
so I've sort of done that. But
Yeah.
I find that the people in rural areas are a lot more friendly
More friendlier than people on the coast.
and down
Yeah.
to earth. They've got a sort of a slower type of lifestyle, so they've got more time to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the way it used to be here about 30 years
Yeah,
ago, wasn't it?
yeah,
People
yeah.
had time to stop and talk to you. I don't know
Yeah.
whether it's
It's just, there's a lot
they've got
more.
financial problems, you've got a lot more pressure on them.
It's having a different breed of people moving.
But do you feel people are friendly here? I mean,
Well, my group are very friendly.
if you know them.
Yes, it took me a while to be accepted.
Okay. Yeah.
I think people are friendly. Yeah, I mean, if you take the time out and start talking to
Yeah, yeah.
someone, they'll stop
I
and
always
talk
feel
to
here.
you.
What I felt so far in Australia is I've had to do the approaching. It's not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like.
People get a bit wary nowadays.
And I find that in the
world
UK.
now.
Well, I don't really find that as much in Asia. I find a lot of Asians are a bit more.
Yeah, because they maybe see a different thing in you.
What do you mean by that, Jill?
I'm not saying anything.
No, we know. So far, in my experience, I've only been here a week, but I've found that I've had to do the approaching to people.
Yeah.
To be,
Yeah. I think people have become more wary. Things have happened here that haven't happened before. Life's changed. All the world's changed.
The world is changing for the worst. How depressing.
I first came to Sydney when I was 19, when I first met my husband, and then I met you the same year. I hadn't even seen a beach. It was so far away.
So you spent most of your time in Sydney? Is that right to say?
From when I was 19.
In Sydney,
until 1989. Came here in 89.
How is this different to Sydney?
It's a slower pace. Less stress. Beautiful.
It's lovely. It's a lovely environment. It's a lovely environment.
And it's still, even in the suburbs, lots of trees. And Sydney, there's no trees.
Warmer winters.
Much warmer.
You'll find
winters.
a lot of people from New South Wales and Victoria will come up here, and especially if they're retired, and they'll come to Queensland for the winter.
Right.
It's too cold down there for them, so they'll come up here, which is fine, you know.
So this is just the start of summer then? We're just start going into summer here?
Yeah, we're in spring at the moment.
Right.
Spring.
So
Summer doesn't start for another couple of months.
Then summer lasts until when?
Well, our summer is supposed to be December, January, February.
Right.
But March, April, you can still swim.
Oh, God.
The sea can be 23, 24 degrees.
Oh, that's lovely.
In the winter time.
You are blessed.
It's a different way of life.
It's lovely. It's lovely. It's lovely. It's a lovely life.
In the middle of winter, you can come down here and walk along in a t-shirt and sandals.
Although I did find in the evenings, after the sun goes down,
That's when it gets cold.
beginning of October, last night at 6 p.m. after the sun went down, I actually felt quite cold.
Because you live in the Philippines all day.
In a warmer climate.
So I thought that before, whether you'd feel the cold wind. Because of the change in the temperature.
Exactly. But it's lovely. You are so lucky. So Brick Lane is the name of an area in London, and David has kindly brought me a Brick Lane Japanese beer to celebrate another day with a sundowner. Cheers!
cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers to us. Crikey, mate.
Sundowner, you've got a lovely garden for the sunshine. What were you going to say about this, David?
You need to put some of that in it with it. Bar and chain lubricants. Prove you're a fucking real man, mate. Hey, that'll kick the rust out of your ditches.
We were having a nightly sundowner. Over beers, David would talk about how happy he was living in Shayla Park, being close to the Hyperdome to get his groceries and buy his eggs. David went through a lot of eggs. Not that he cooked many of them. He'd watched a YouTube video about a skin regime that keeps your skin wrinkle-free. So now has a nightly ritual of smearing egg whites on his face. Australian guys are very macho, so I was pretty surprised with David admitting this to me. Actually, after a few beers, I can't remember whether he said, "Do not tell this to anyone," or "You should tell this to your YouTube channel with 37,000 subscribers." But David is 67 years old and looks about 17, so having egg on your face is obviously working for him. The following day we were going to David's cousins to watch the NRL Grand Final. He's regularly at their house so that Amity, his cousin's 10-year-old daughter, can paint David's finger and toenails with garish colours.
See those plants there with the black ones?
Yeah.
They call them black boys.
I'm at my first Australian barbecue with... What's your name?
David Esquire. This is Mick, the best barbecue cooker in Queensland.
Cooker. Best barbecue cooker. We call them chefs in the UK.
That's kangaroo.
That is not kangaroo.
Okay, I just said to you. We're having steaks rare with chicken kebabs and sausages. So how do you like your steak? Blue?
Not that colour.
Okay, I'll turn him over once. Look at the way he's flipping these steaks now.
He's a master flipper, look at that.
And look, he's got all the lines on.
Oh, brilliant. How did you manage to get the lines on like that? That's amazing.
Square out and put the angle, they've all been at the same angle. I don't know how that works.
This groovy haircut, I told him to grow it longer at the back. What is your specialities? You told me before.
I can cook.
You can cook, and what can you cook? What is your speciality, cooking?
I can cook spag bowls. I can do caramelised onions on hot dogs.
And how old are you?
12.
What's your favourite subject?
Math. I like math.
Oh my gosh. 12-year-old who likes maths. I've never met a 12-year-old who likes maths before.
Yeah.
And what are your plans for the future? What would you like to do?
Just enjoy and just swim. I like to
Swim? Would you like to be a swimmer?
I do swimming.
Okay. And what is your best stroke?
Freestyle, 50 metre.
Excellent.
I'm not good at 25, but I can do 50.
How does that work? How can you do 50 and not 25?
I don't know.
That's great. Well done.
She rang me and told me what happened to Jackie. But other than that, she doesn't normally.
Say hello.
He arrived.
What have you done to your foot?
Broke it.
How did you break it?
At gymnastics.
What did you say?
At gymnastics.
At gymnastics. Are you wonderful at gymnastics? What is your best thing in gymnastics? What do you do?
Floor.
The floor?
Floor.
The floor is your best exercise. What else can you do?
Beam.
The beam? What else?
Bars.
The bars? And what is your speciality?
Floor.
And what are you going to be when you're grown up?
You're going to be famous now, you're going to be on his YouTube channel.
Do you want salad? Which salad do you want?
Go Broncos! Go Broncos!
Get him out. Yes!
Yeah, right. I think it was Paddy Carrigan might be third man in, but last week they did nothing with third man in. Every tackle's going to hurt. I'm going to need to lay down for at least 5 seconds. Oh, Reece.
Oh, come on, Reece.
It's
Here we
really
go.
good.
Yeah! Yes! Got it. Woo!
Is he hurt?
No, they're just cheering now.
What are you doing? Huh? Don't forget to subscribe, viewers.
Do what? How many beers you had?
Hit that notification
What are you
bell
talking about?
and subscribe and give it the big thumbs up.
There we go. It's been great living somewhere like this, living outside Brisbane City and seeing how the people live out here in Shayla Park. They've got the best of both worlds really, being in between Brisbane City and the Gold Coast. So if I was living here, that's what I would do. Live halfway between the city and the Gold Coast, which is ideal. So it's been a much nicer experience than living in Brisbane City and also living in the outback in Darwin, which if you haven't seen, that's another video. Check out my Darwin City video, staying in the outback. And that's it, we're out of here, Queensland. We've done Brisbane and we've done the Gold Coast. Didn't get to Byron Bay, but heading to Sydney, upwards and onwards. As Orange Juice used to sing, somebody on my most recent video said, thankfully there was no references to 80s music. So here we are, upwards and onwards by Orange Juice. Brisbane has been good to me. I'm now heading to Sydney, upwards and onwards. Check out my Sydney video coming up soon.
Just a quick reminder to please click the thumbs up button if you liked the video, or thumbs down button if you didn't. Obviously. Thank you.
It's 20 to 6 on Monday morning and I've got David up at this god unearthly hour to drive me to the airport for my 8 AM flight to, where am I going? Sydney. If it had been up to him, he would have left at 5 to 8 to get me to the airport for 8 o'clock, but I managed to convince him to take me earlier. Otherwise, I said, he can't follow my YouTube channel anymore. So here we are. I would have banned him from watching my YouTube channel. I can do that, you know.
I don't know if I'm just a good bloke or stupid.
You're a good bloke, David. You're a good bloke. So
I'll go with stupid.
So this road is normally chock-a-block first thing in the morning. But today at 6:15, there's nobody about. And it's a public holiday today on the Monday to celebrate the Broncos win. Well, it's not actually that, but people will be.
It's the King's birthday.
Ah, it's the King's birthday. So I'm leaving Brisbane and heading to Sydney for my last stop in Australia. Bye bye Sydney, no bye bye Brisbane.
You've been watching Uncle, the man from Big World Cinema. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends.